Hello and welcome to Focus here on France 24. Thailand is a land of Buddhism, or at least that's the official line, which holds that there are 250,000 believers in the country, where Buddhism is also the state religion. But in reality, there are around 70,000 followers, and it seems that the teachings of the Buddha aren't finding as many followers as once they did, faced with a burgeoning consumer culture and challenged by globalisation. All across the land of smiles, hundreds of pagodas and temples, once filled with saffron-robed monks, are now lying deserted. Children in the countryside are no longer educated at the temple, and the role of the monk in Thai society seems to be diminishing too. Could Buddhists be threatened with extinction? We've been finding out.
This monk is on a mission to save Thai Buddhism. With his fellow clergymen, he is using modern marketing techniques to try and revitalize a religion in deep crisis. The problems are so profound that even he himself, a monk for 15 years, is uncertain of his future in the monkhood.
Will I be a monk all my life? I'm not sure.
Maybe.
So what is the reason for Buddhism's decline here? One answer: materialism and modernity are challenging the country's religious traditions. Thais are turning less and less to monks, the custodians of the Buddhist religion, in favor of new forms of superstition. Do you go to the temple to pray as well?
Well, not much.
Yeah, not much.
Not much.
I don't believe in the monks. I don't like the monks, but I like paying respect to all of this Buddhism statues and everything. Yeah.
Thais are becoming increasingly reluctant to attend traditional temples such as this one in Bangkok, which sits practically abandoned, watched over only by two aging monks.
I'll probably be replaced when I die, but the problem is in the countryside. There aren't any monks left. This is the end.
Dr. Sulak is one of the world's leading experts on Thai Buddhism, also one of the most critical.
Buddhism become mere ceremonial. That's the last thing the Buddha wants us to be. The teaching of the Buddha is how to transform ourselves, to transform society, for a better society, for a healthy society. I think that more or less gone in this country. The present system is unreformable. I think they will dead. The Buddhist institute in this country will be dead.
Dr. Sulak often accuses the Buddhist clergy of being responsible for what he says is a moral bankruptcy of the country. We go to meet with one of Thailand's highest religious authorities. With a grand entourage and a lavish lifestyle, he nevertheless preaches a life of Buddhist simplicity.
Monks live as an example to society. And that is the policy of our temple, of our monks, to live simple life with a mind fully developed in quality, not quantity.
Today, there are an estimated 70,000 Buddhist monks in Thailand, one for each village. 20 years ago, there were 4 times as many.
Well, for more on that, I'm joined now by Ismail Wolf from Bangkok. Ismail, thank you for joining us. Thailand is recognised then as one of the leading Buddhist countries in the world, but what role has Buddhism played in its society up until now?
Well, I mean, indeed, in the sort of the notion of the modern Thai nation, Buddhism is really inseparable from that concept. The 3 pillars of this society are known to be nation, religion, and king. And while there isn't officially a state religion as such as Buddhism, it's stated in the constitution that the king must be a Buddhist, and part of his role as that head of state is to defend the faith. So really, in the modern Thai nation, the sense of it, Buddhism is really caught up in the whole identity of the country, as much perhaps as sort of a Saudi Arabian would be seen as a Muslim. And the real issue there that we saw in the film is that over the last 30 years or so, we've seen society increasingly modernized, globalization having an impact, and sort of international development taking place. And it's really the role of the monkhood and the social and the state apparatus of the clergy and where they fit into this modern sort of Thai society. So there's issues there with what is the monkhood today in an increasingly materialistic Thai society.
What is the monkhood, but also what are Thais themselves? Do they no longer see themselves as Buddhists?
Well, I mean, it's a good question, and I think if you ask most Thais, most would say yes. You know, I am Buddhist. According to official state statistics, government statistics, 95% of the country follow the Buddhist faith. But it's really how are they following that faith at the moment, and really how do they view the official clergy, the sangha, the monkhood? As we saw in the film, there's statistics: 70,000 monks in Thailand today. That's dropped by about 60% in just 30 years. So, I mean, we've seen this sort of move to or shift towards more secular societies around the world, of course. But the real thing here in Thailand is that it's such a part of the identity, and it's also been so rapid. I mean, in just 30 years, that 60% drop in the monkhood. It has really been a shock to the system, and it's really up to the question now is can the monkhood sort of find a place for itself in a modern society?
So what is the future for Buddhism then? Because the expert in the report had quite some harsh comments to make about Buddhist clergy. So is the situation really that bad?
Well, I think obviously it depends on who you speak to, but again, it's whether Buddhism can continue in what form. The clergy have been hit by not only this sort of failure to really find a footing and a place in a more modern sort of materialistic society in Thailand, but also it's been hit by many scandals. Monks involved in embezzling donations to temples, monks involved in drug dealing, drinking, monks accused of rape. So they've really had a sort of a struggle, in how Thai society views them. But another way of looking at it also, if you speak to Thai society, is that they're actually taking Buddhism back from the sort of the sangha, the official state arm, and performing Buddhism more on their own terms and increasing in meditation. So the future is open.
Okay, Ismail Wolf in Bangkok, thank you very much indeed for joining us. Thank you for watching Focus. Join us again at the same time tomorrow.